What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Prop Wiz. I'm the Wiz. This week, as we prepare for the release of Ghostbusters Afterlife, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of talk to you guys about some of the Ghostbuster collectibles that I have in my collection. Starting with this bad boy right here. This is a 1/6 scale figure of Peter Venkman released back in 2018 by a company called Blitzway. This is one of a few items that they dropped that really made me a fan of Blitzway. I had pre-ordered this one probably about a year before for $240. I wanted all 4 Ghostbusters, but at $240 plus the piece, I figured I would just wait for them to be released and just gradually buy one like once a month. Needless to say, as you can tell by my standalone Venkman figure, my plan failed. But at least I learned my lesson, right? Wrong. I made the same mistake when I missed out on buying the 1/6 scale Ecto-1 by Blitzway. I didn't pre-order it, and with a price tag of $1,600, I just assumed it wasn't gonna sell out, that people weren't gonna have the money to just buy this thing in groves. They did have the money. It sold out immediately. Blitzway had also released this thing in 2 different sets. They had one set that had all 4 of the Ghostbusters plus a Slimer, and then they had another set that just had 3 of the core Ghostbusters, which is Egon, Peter, and Ray. Yes, a Ghostbuster set without Winston is ridiculous to me too. I am black. Some people miss that, maybe because of the beard. And what that means is there's no version of this where I buy a whole set of Ghostbusters and leave out Winston. But on the other hand, I guess, if I can only buy one figure, you see who I chose. With that being said, I did have an order in mind. I bought Peter Venkman first because I knew he was the most popular Ghostbuster, was probably gonna sell out the quickest. So I went ahead and bought him. Winston was next on my list because Ernie Hudson is a frequent at a lot of the Comic-Cons that I've been to. Even me and my kids got to meet him in person. So I figured I'd be able to get that figure and get a signature at some point. So that was next on my list for that reason. Egon would have been next. Because the late, great Harold Ramis is no longer with us, I thought that would be a special figure, man, to have in my collection and have on display. And of course, Ray would have been last, but still a must-have considering there would be no Ghostbusters without Dan Aykroyd. Anyway, step 1 of my plan did work, getting my hands on this one. This Peter figure is nothing short of awesome. The likeness is spot on. The uniform is skillfully crafted using a mix of materials, including fabric on the flight suit and molded plastic on the gloves and boots. The accessories are all on point, and the proton pack is just beautiful and actually lights up. In fact, on top of the many reference photos, this was one of the things that I looked at as a reference when I was building my own life-size proton pack. I mean, this thing is detailed all the way to the scratches, the weathering and everything on here is spot on. Where the labels are, the labels look distressed. They really did a real good job on the details on this thing. My only gripe with this thing is the stand. I like the No Ghost logo on it, but man, this thing just does not really stand the figure in a way that's safe. I've kind of mastered using it, so of course it's easy when I did it just now. But when I'm doing it is just laying it on this thing, and this thing kind of leans. All I'm doing is kind of just laying it on this thing, and as you can see, this ain't the most steady thing, so it kind of leans. Since he's being supported just by leaning back on this thing, it really limits how I can pose him, because I had to be conscientious of his balance, like super conscientious of his balance. It's definitely not a showstopper, and this is something that I could easily replace in the future if I decide to. The figure itself is absolutely beautiful. As if the figure wasn't enough, the box itself is a work of art that completely honors the look and feel of the movie with a design that makes the box look like the uniform. Overall, this figure is super dope and remains one of my favorite pieces in my collection. After selling out, this and the other figures' prices have skyrocketed on eBay. Recently, I had the urge to buy 1 or 2 more, but when I went online, I couldn't find any. They were completely sold out. They no longer exist that I know of. The 1 or 2 places that I did see it just looked sketchy and wasn't worth the risk, and the price was astronomical. I imagine Blitzway no longer have the licensing rights to produce another run of these. But I'm hoping with the new movie dropping and the interest rising, maybe another company like Hot Toys, might produce another run of these. If another company do it though, they gonna have to bring it because Blitzway did their thing with this. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Did you get your hands on these figures? Are you on the hunt for some more? Let me know what's up. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @ThePropWiz. Man, if you own the Ecto-1 or any of these figures, man, send me some pictures. I would love to see them. In the meantime, stay tuned for the next episode of The Prop Wiz. And again, please comment, subscribe, like, and share. And I'll check you guys out next time, all right? Peace.